Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to our video, and this one is going to be about Duel Links and the newest forbidden limited list on Duel Links. And so there is going to be, I feel there's going to be a pretty big shift, because the deck that I was playing, Harpies, well, the deck is not dead, but they basically made it so the deck is not dead, but it basically is dead at the same time, if that makes any sense. Swallow's Nest was very good. Most people say it's only to do disruption, but like at the same time it was a way to get out of brick hands, and there's a lot of brick hands in Harpies. Without Swallow's Nest, the deck will be very inconsistent in comparison to other decks. So I can see that it'll be falling down the meta in recent times, in the most recent times. Anyways, check out the list here. Hopefully you can see it. So, like I mentioned, Swallow's Nest. It's gonna hurt, but I'm already trying to move on to Water XCs. So I'm moving on to Water XCs now, since that seems to be the next top deck that didn't get touched. Surprisingly, there are a few decks that we're talking about here that didn't get touched, and one ability that should have been touched. So Swallow's Nest, that really is unfortunate, especially for Raid Raptors and Blackwings, because those also use this card. So. Sorry, on behalf of Harpie players, apologize to all Blackwing and Raid Raptor players. I don't think Raid Raptors even got to really play yet. Spellbook of the Master. Okay, I mean, I believe this is a buff. Yeah, you can. It's a bit better. This card is actually quite good in spellbooks, so being able to run at least 2 copies, technically, theoretically, depending on what you have in your deck, that's quite good. Chaos Dragon Levineer. I saw a lot of comments saying people spent their or their dream ticket on this. I don't think that was a very good idea. This card was going to get hit eventually. It's quite powerful, and it's very. It's very powerful. And Thunder Dragon, so I'm really glad that Thunder Dragons finally got hit, because I really don't like playing against them. Basically what they can do is they can set up a board, and if you break it, they can set up the next board. Like if you break their board, they just get another one almost instantly. Even if you try to disrupt them during their turn, they still have at least 3 or 4 more plays that they can do. Whereas normally decks, if you disrupt them at least once or twice during their turn, they have to pass. So I'm really glad that finally Thunder Dragons got touched a bit more. Hopefully the deck is actually dead now. Please. Spellbook of Fate at 3. That's pretty good. I don't know if you would run this at 3, because it costs a lot to do the 3. The banish your opponent. Obviously, you can use all of these abilities, but obviously the main threat of Spellbook of Fate is the 3rd one there. And it was even the TCG, the 3rd one was the most important one. Gaga Sister is now off the list. That's okay. I don't have a lot of experience with Gaga other than like locals. I did bring them to locals one time. The skill I don't want to play is unfortunately got nerfed quite a bit in the past, so this deck is going to be not as easy to play, but Gaga Sister is quite good. And I mean they're pretty decent. I mean the archetype is mainly about summoning about any XC's monster you want, so you can make that work. An Iron Core of Kokamiro. I don't think this deck will do anything in comparison to what the current decks are doing. I don't think it'll be able to beat Water XC's or Melodious, and probably not even Harpies. So I don't think that's gonna happen. Looks like that's for that, but that's, even though there's not very many cards, that's a big meta shift. So now Harpies are pretty much all the way on the way out. Here comes Water XCs, here comes Melodious, and here comes Cyber Dragons. I think Cyber Dragons are going to come back because of their structure deck, and just because they weren't really touched that much in comparison to the decks that just got hit. So yeah, Swallow's Nest unfortunately makes Harpies go into hiding and figure something out, because people are saying, oh, just use Lance. Lance is a huge downgrade comparison to Swallow's Nest because Swallow's Nest is very good, very good, very 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 good. Even if you draw one Harpie and you draw one Swallow's Nest on your opening turn, and it's not, you don't draw a Channeler or you don't draw a Perfumer, but you draw Swallow's Nest to one Harpie, you can get out of a bricked hand. So that's why it's so good, and that's why I feel like Harpies are just not going to do very well. As a Harpie player, I know it's not gonna do very well. Hysteric Sign is not gonna help out too much. And maybe you can run like a 30 card variant where you just run a lot of traps. So you still would be bricking. You would still brick pretty hard because they don't have a lot of support. And Harpies don't have a lot of support in the future besides one Link monster, I think. And I looked at it and it's not that amazing. It's just okay. It synchronizes with the Synchro Monster Cyber Slash and Harpie Harpist and stuff like that, but it isn't really that amazing. So don't have too much hope for Harpies, unfortunately. Oh, that's gonna be it for the list. I know it's not very long, but it is gonna be a meta shift, like I mentioned. It is gonna be a meta shift, guys. So hope you guys will enjoy the new meta, like I will try to. I'm gonna be playing Water Exceeds. I'm trying to get the Territory of the Sharks ability. I'm trying to farm that right now. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you guys think about the ban list down below. Is this a big meta shift like you think it is, or I think it is? Or is it just a nothing burger and Harpies will still reign? I doubt that. I really doubt Harpies is going to remain supreme, because I watched a tournament last night and there was almost no Harpies at all. It was Water Exceeds and Lodius and some other decks that I already forgot. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.